Alright, today we're going to be looking at one of these VEVOR car refrigerators. My wife and I had been looking for one for a long time, and we really need it for shopping because trips are so long and it's getting so hot out that we wanted something to keep food cold in. And I contacted VEVOR and asked them if they could send me one, and they did. They agreed to send one for a video. So this is a complete and thorough video about, my thoughts about it and how it works. And there's all the specs on it from their website that I posted in the beginning, and this is how it arrived. It came in a big cardboard box. You see, it's a fairly sizable unit. Packaged well. It's got some styrofoam around it. No real box with a little bit damaged, but no real damage. And packed well with a plastic coating on there. So let's just get this off here and open it up, and as you can see, it's really really high quality. It's nice. I really like it. Got a little latch there, and the lid opens this way. They do have other ones with the lid opening in different directions, but when you receive these, make sure that you leave them 12 hours standing up like this before you use it, because you never know what UPS did to it. I know mine was laying in the truck on the side, so it had to be left standing up like this. And there's a divider in there. It's a dual zone with different temperatures. One can be a freezer and the other a fridge. And it does come with a box of parts in there, and they are just basically the power adapters. It's got wheels on one side and a flip out handle to make it easy to move around. You really need to be on a hard surface, but it does work good, just for moving around, because these things are fairly heavy. And there's a control panel, nice easy to see spot. Came with a AC adapter and a DC power cord for your car. So that one there, I'll show you how that works in a while. And a couple extra rubber feet to go in there. And an energy guide. Now, if you still pay 12 cents a kilowatt hour, that's how much it's going to cost you. But I tell you what, our energy just jumped. While we're out here on the porch, I just wanted to show you this table I had gotten for my grill and pizza oven about 4 or 5 months ago, and it's been out there all summer, and I was kind of waiting to see if it would rust or anything, but it's been really staying good. And I'll put a link to this one too, because I really like that. It's one of those things that I just bought and really enjoy. So after 12 hours, I brought it inside, and I'm going to plug it in here for the first time. It does come with a car cord, power on button there, and these are really easy to read and see displays. It's got a max mode and eco mode, and you can set the temperature of each side, and you can see the shape underneath the number there that shows you which side you're setting. The one side will always be the colder side in the freezer, where the other bigger side will always be the fridge. You go max for getting it cold faster, eco mode for if you're going in the car and you want to use less battery power. And then I had to get out the instructions, read them a little bit, because there's one thing in here where you have to set the cutoff voltage so it doesn't kill your car battery. So you have to make sure that you you set that properly for your vehicle if the power does stay on all the time. But for the adapter I'm going to use now, I just set it in the center one like they said. And just about a little over an hour and 20 minutes, we got it down to temperature there. And that side is 4 degrees, and the other side's supposed to be 34, but it overshot, and I think that's because there is nothing in it. You really have to put things in the refrigerator to tell the temperature and have it even out. But for now, it did work good. So really what we got this for was Costco runs. My wife's Subaru Forester here, we use that, gets best miles per gallon. And this does fit in there. It is quite heavy. You do have to empty it before you take it out, put it in. Fits right in the back there. And it just so happens that Subaru put a 12-volt outlet on the side of the wall there, right where this goes. So this is perfect for it. This is supposed to draw 60 watts, and the outlet says it's good for 120, so it should safely operate in there. And it fits nice. It's nice having those 4 rubber feet that pick the wheels up off the ground, so it does really sit firm and it doesn't slide around or anything when you're driving down the road. And I will tell you, it's really not that loud. It really, we were surprised when you're sitting up front, we could barely hear it. And it fit right in there, and this is a monster. So I did cool it down inside before we left, and then I took it and plugged it in. And one thing you want to make sure, okay, here we go, you plug it in right there. We're lucky to have that in the car, but you want to make sure these vents all around are clear so that they can blow air and move air, because there is a compressor in there that runs and it needs air to work properly. At Costco, we we picked up some basic, milk and eggs and a couple ice cream sticks. So we're going to be heading home now. We did wind up sitting in a doctor's office for 2 hours, so the thing was warmed up a little bit, but everything wound up coming home being cold. It worked perfect. Held, the one side there we had the refrigerator setting, and held some milk and eggs and cheese and half and stuff, and the other side had the ice cream in it, and it stayed frozen solid. So, kind of like final thoughts and look at it again. So that's what it looks like. It is a fairly large. It's almost like a chest freezer, but it does, it's really a good size for shopping, I think. And it's a really decent price. It's right around $300, maybe a little bit less with a discount code. And you can see it can be divided into two like that. And there is a drain on the bottom, but you would not want to put liquid in here, because you see those vents for the fans in there? You do not want to get water in them. That wouldn't work out good. But then this divider picks out to be one big refrigerator or one big freezer, and that's really, really the nice part about it. You can see the size of that thing. I'll kind of show you. Here's one of the Costco milk gallons. You can see you can get 6 of them in there. You get 4 in the lower section, 2 in the upper section, and then a bunch of other stuff on top of the lower ones. And the top closes there. So, it is a perfect size. The one thing that I, really think could have been a little better on it was the thickness of this divider. If you look, that's like 1.25 inches thick. It could be like just a 1/4 inch thick, I think, and still do the same thing, and you'd have a lot more interior space. But again, you can see you get 2 gallons of milk in there and a couple other things in the fridge side and the other side, the freezer side. Comes with a nice molded top with some cup holders, and if you're a fisherman, some rulers, I guess, up to 16-incher. And the handles they feel pretty good. You're not going to pick this up full. You're going to roll it around so this thing flips out and picks it up easily. It really does that. That does work good. Pretty neat how they did that with the handle. No rod sticking out or anything. And you do have the vent areas that you have to be careful of. That's about the biggest thing right now. If you're packing a car tight and you put this in there, you do have to leave a little bit of room around there. And it's nice how the feet pick up off the ground when it's on the rubber feet on the bottom, and so it doesn't slip around if it's in a back of a car or a truck or a trailer or something like that. I sure wish we had something like this back when we had the campers. Oh my God, it would have been great. Saved us so much on ice. Again, there's vents on the 3 sides there. And the plugs, it comes with 2 plugs, and it does work good on both of them. We tried both the AC and the DC, and everything worked properly, and cooled down a little bit over an hour. So I really think it's a great buy. Just looking at it. Hopefully it lasts. We'll see. I'll be using it over time. And I do have the 120 volt AC plug on mine. And again, it's got an energy guide. I guess if you're a permanent camper or you want to keep this out in your shed or something and run it year round, that's how much energy it's going to use. Plus, it came with a pretty good manual. Really enough information in there to walk you through setting it up and everything else. Now, another neat thing about this is if you turn the lid up, like right about there, there's a couple flat spots on the plastic there. You can reverse the lid. You want to be careful when you're doing it. I mean, if a kid grabbed onto this and tried ripping it out, they might break those tabs off. But if you're careful, I don't think there'll ever be a problem. And you can see it does pivot nice, and make it so you can flip it around, like if you're putting it in the back of the car and you've got more room on one side than the other for the ventilation. That's a really quick, easy thing to do. And again, the best part are these wheels. They're small. They're only good for hard surfaces. They're not going to be good for dirt, but still, most of the time it's going to be on a hard surface. It's easy to use. Big display is easy to read, easy to set. So, everything worked really good. I was pretty surprised how easy it was to use, set, and how good it actually did work. And there is a max or eco mode depending on how much power you want to use and how long you want to wait for it to cool down. Fan's not all that loud. It doesn't make a humming sound, but it takes about an hour and a half to get down to temperature, full temperature, and that's 4 degrees. Well, it's almost down here, but you can see that the refrigerator overshoots on the way down, and that's because there's nothing in it. Actually, you need a little bit of a load to even it out. Okay, so there it is, hour and 20 minutes to reach the set points. And I tried taking temperature measurements, but they're all over depending on what you point at, because the coils are up a little bit higher on the side, and you really need, something in there to even it all out, but it's pretty darn close. Now, if you just pull this out, you notice that the display goes to a single display, and this is either just a refrigerator or a freezer now, and that's, really nice. That's probably how we'll use it most of the time. Most of the time, it's just a refrigerator that we need, and you can set it, at the refrigerator lever, or you can have a freeze. And, it works every time, and it does take a couple minutes to cool down, but really not a god-awful long time. Anyhow, I just thought I'd, show you this and do a review of it. I want to thank VEVOR for sending it out. I think it's going to be great for our needs, and we'll see how long it lasts. But overall, everything works great. It looks good. It's well made, apparently, and we're happy with it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.